Molecules naturally move down the concentration gradient. In other words, they will move from an area with higher concentration to an area with a lower concentration. This process is known as diffusion. Marine worms, as well as most living things, are constantly using oxygen for chemical reactions within their cells. These chemical processes include cellular respiration and energy production. Therefore, the concentration of oxygen within the cell stays low compared to the concentration of oxygen outside the cell. The oxygen molecules diffuse from the outside environment into the cell. Once inside, they diffuse into red blood cells and then diffuse out from the red blood cells into the areas where the concentration of oxygen is lowest. The carbon dioxide molecules diffuse from inside the cell to the outside environment. This gas exchange is vital to a marine worm's ability to live. The simple process of diffusion brings a marine worm both the necessary ability to breathe and to expel waste.
Flatworms and roundworms are very different because of their volume. Because flatworms are able to have more surface area because they have a smaller volume, they do not need their as many systems as the roundworm. This is because they could bring in more air to their body because they have more surface area, while roundworms' volume is larger. This does not allow them to get as much air, or so they have to be forced to have an excretory system and a respiratory system. This is a major difference between flatworms and roundworms.
Surface area is the measure of how much exposed area a solid object has and is expressed in square units. Typically, marine worms have a small surface area. This is why surface area in the respiratory, circulatory, and excretory system is important. Some worms have special adaptations that will increase the surface area and increase the productivity of these systems. Some worms have gills that contain looped blood vessels and will increase the surface area of those segments that bear them by up to 1/3 and will aid in respiration. Some worms also have a typhosol, which increases surface area for secretion and absorption in the excretory system.
Osmosis is a special type of diffusion in which molecules are taken across a semi-permeable membrane from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. While diffusion takes place through solids, liquids, and gases, osmosis takes place only in water. Flatworms are long and skinny. They have a big surface area but a low volume. This means they are able to cycle oxygen in and carbon dioxide out without circulatory and respiratory systems by the use of osmosis. Segmented worms are much bigger and fatter. They have a bigger volume ratio but a lower surface area. This means they are unable to rely on diffusion to get enough oxygen or get rid of enough carbon dioxide, and need a respiratory system in order to get enough oxygen and get rid of all the carbon dioxide.